Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Jessica.
And it's Thursday night, which means we just had a Big Brother 23 eviction, and this one was a double, and it was quite something. I'm so excited that Jess is here to talk through this with me because it might still be like a little shook.
Yeah, I'm still there too. Yeah, I'm there.
A lot of this. But first, before we get into it, please click subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and give this video a thumbs up. Please, please join the community. Hang out with us. Jessica, okay. Overall, I mean, we're going to get into the whole episode. Let's recap it all. But like overall, how is your state of being now?
My state of being now is actually a lot better. I've calmed down a little bit. I'm not hyperventilating. I stopped using my little, paper bag. I'm good. I actually wish that all episodes were like this, really, to be quite honest. I mean, it would be a lot.
It would be a lot, but I get me on a tangent about like a faster pace format, please.
Yes,
like,
please do.
This long week we can live without, but I don't know if I have the nerves for a double every week, especially sometimes they're expected. We know exactly what's going to happen, and even though there was one clear route of how it was supposed to go, we still just did not know how this one was going to go. And okay, let's start at the top.
I feel like people I feel like people are constantly saying, or some people are saying that, it's predictable, but I don't think so. I mean, yes, in what their strategy is, but you really never know who's going to win. Things change.
Exactly.
So I don't feel like it's always predictable, but.
Especially since this majority alliance, they all have their own opinions.
Yeah.
And they'll do their own thing.
Yeah. And that could have easily happened today.
Exactly. Well, the top of this episode, I all of a sudden Alyssa's in the DR and she says, Tiffany's so confident X is going home. We're going to blindside her on Thursday. And I know that Alyssa thinks that way, but I was like, this is just shocking information for the people who just watched the TV show, the episodes.
Yeah, these casuals are probably like
came out of nowhere. They were like, what?
What is this? This is what? How did that happen? Like, why do you think this? Like, poor casuals are probably so confused. I have a friend who she's a casual. She doesn't watch. She just waits for me to kind of update her on stuff. And she's like, these episodes are so confusing. And I was like, yeah, they would be if that's all you're doing.
Oh, yeah. If that's all the info, you'd be like, wait, I don't understand.
Yeah. You're like, this doesn't make sense.
But poor sweet Alyssa. She really was living in her own world this last week. And it was a good world. She was riding high because she was masterminding things left and right. But this poor edit, where first she thinks that she is blindsiding Tiffany by keeping Xavier and Claire going. And then this edit of her realizing the final 7 is minorities and all of the cookout being like, what?
And then her saying, I'm half white. I hope I'm not next. I'm just like, oh, girl. Oh, my gosh. That's
like,
so cringe. I was like, oh,
so cringe. And honestly, she didn't laugh. Like, they laughed, but she didn't laugh. And I was like, is she like seriously asking? Like, I'm half white, am I next? Like, worried? Oh my God. And the way they just played it off, they're like, ha, stop it. Don't even. I'm out of here. What? I mean, I was dying. Poor Alyssa, but I was dying at this edit.
It was I thought they weren't going to show this. I thought they weren't going to edit her like this. I was like, cool. She's going to be a little embarrassed coming out like after she sees everything, but at least they didn't show this part of the mastermind edit. And then it happened today. because this was me yesterday. I was like, oh, so they didn't show like what she thought she did. At least she has that. And I'm like, oh no, they're gonna look at her like she's some sort of poor casualty. I don't know. I felt bad for her. And the thing is like really they are all playing. So it's kind of like you give her an A for effort. Like she definitely was playing, but it's like I think they said it perfectly on a tweet. Like in a tweet, it's like Alyssa she's with her. It's like she's with her parents, and she has to play kitchen while her parents are actually cooking, and she's here cooking with the plasticware, like with the plastic food. You know?
Yeah. She's like, exactly I'm playing Big Brother over here, right? And you're like, yes. In an alternate universe, Alyssa, you're killing it. Like, yes.
Exactly.
You orchestrated all of these votes. You made a final 2 with Hannah. Like, yes. But unfortunately, the actual game of Big Brother is over here with the cookout. So that didn't quite go in her favor, but you know what? This is Big Brother. That's what happens. You get outplayed. That's just what happens.
That's very true.
So they didn't give us the full what Hannah did to Alyssa, because we got to give Hannah all the credit for where Alyssa's head was at this week. But we do see a little bit here where Hannah's saying, I'd like to be the only one to vote for Claire, give her that sympathy vote. And then what we can do to sort of protect ourselves is blame that vote on Kyland, seeing as how there was a chance that Alyssa were to win this next HOH. Let's try to gear her to target Kyland, worst case scenario, if that's the situation we're in.
It was perfect. I mean, I think the fact that Hannah, how Hannah played this whole week, almost like it was like she was studying for like her GMATs or something. It was like, I'm studying for this double. This double is mine. It's almost like I don't know if anybody else felt this way, but I felt like, okay, this is Hannah's to lose right now. Like, this is her double eviction. Even when the comp came up, I'm like, this is a Hannah comp. She's going to kill this. It's like she prepared her whole Big Brother life for it.
Yeah, she definitely wanted to lay low early in the season, did not want to win certain comps, but this is the time that Hannah has to step up and win these mental comps. So, just watching by the time we got to this HOH double, I was like, all eyes are on you, girl. Like, this is your time to shine. And we'll get there in just a moment. But first, we have to do the first vote out. Julie announces it's the double. This was the least excited reaction we've ever seen when people are told it's a double, but that's because they already knew.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Scared. So they were like, okay, big deep breaths, guys. Claire tried with her speech. She tried. I don't know how Xavier feels about this speech. He smiled through it as if he took it all as a compliment. But she was trying to, make him the bigger target. He's playing a hell of a game. He's going to win if you let him get to the end.
Yeah. I don't blame her. Like, she understands what is happening, even though she doesn't quite know that it's like a legit alliance. But for that, they might as well say it, right? I mean, It's like, well, if they can't vote each other, if none of them can really vote each other out, then that would be considered a type of alliance. So, but I love that she's still trying to set, Hannah, and Tiffany for success, because she wants those two to win. And that is just literally just setting, kind of planting another little seed, because that is going to be in their heads for the next week as they figure everything out.
Yeah, it's not going to save Claire, unfortunately. But hey, any seeds that you can plant into people's heads to protect the people that you want to protect, basically, is what she's doing. And so why not give it a shot? I don't know. X's speech was nothing too exciting. In the votes, though, Big D, he said evict, you guys.
He did.
Look at him.
I think he's practicing inside the house.
He's growing. He is getting into it. What is this? Week 9? And he finally said evict, but he did it. And Hannah is the only sympathy vote here that we get. And our super fan Claire is going to be evicted, and she doesn't want to hug anybody. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, not everybody's a hugger. You know what I mean? I think that they posted it on Twitter, like her page. They said Claire's not a hugger. She just doesn't hug people. So maybe that's, I truly feel like she did it. It didn't come off as I hate you all and I wish you like I'm very bitter. I think it was just like, I don't want to hug.
I'm not a huge hugger. Like I hug my family and my close loved ones, but I would be the same. I'd be like, I don't want to hug you all. And I feel like that should be acceptable. It is annoying when you get evicted. Like, you guys just voted me out of the game. Like, why do you need to feel better with hugs?
Yeah.
You don't need to. No.
The idea that well, the thing is that all of them are such cuddlers, but you're right. Like, Claire doesn't even cuddle in the house. She was kind of always like the one who was a little bit further apart. So it's understandable.
And if you get evicted and you're a hugger and you want to hug everyone, then great. But we should do whatever the person evicted wants.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
She sits with Julie. She gets it. She's not happy about it. She would have liked to have lasted longer, but she is not mad at Tiffany. She respects the decision and gets it.
That's all that's all you can do. For those that do get it, I think that, she said it perfectly. Some people aren't going to get it, but I get it. And that's, I think that might be a Big Brother quote. That might be one of the most memorable Big Brother quotes in years. You know what I mean? That's probably going to be right up there with, and on my daughter's birthday, but like in a different way. We might just like when we feel bad for somebody, be like, not everybody will get it, but I get it.
Yeah. Words to live by and use whenever you need to use them.
Exactly.
All right. Bye, Claire. I loved you, Claire.
You were
my number 1 draft pick. I hope that you get to play Survivor.
Oof. She deserves another chance. She really does. I think that because of everybody playing, I feel like she just was not shown. There's only so many people that you can show, and when there are several people like hardcore outplaying you, you just don't get screen time. You don't see your effort isn't seen. Like, we didn't get to see much of Claire, but the fact that she went out like with all her cards out, like she just threw everything to see what's stuck at the wall. Like, that's the way that like a good Big Brother player is playing. And I wish we could have seen more of that in the house.
Yeah, this season, the cookout is the star, right? That's the majority of our episodes really focused on the cookout. And a lot of people were like, what did Claire ever do? And then when she got the secret HOH, it was like, oh, crap, she really missed an opportunity there. But I have talked up Claire a lot. She was one of the most observant people in the house. And in those early weeks, when you're just trying to figure out what's happening, she gave Tiffany a lot of info that helped set Tiffany up to be as successful as she has been. So I give Claire a ton of credit for sort of being behind the scenes and helping Tiffany. This wasn't going to be her season to be highlighted and make amazing moves. So like you said, I hope we get to see her again in some capacity.
Absolutely. She deserves that.
Yeah. Well, this is BB Comics week. This is fun. So we know BB Comics will be Vito then, I guess, is what we're learning.
Yeah,
here.
that's all set. It's all set. It's a little interesting to see it not this early, because obviously this is in and around the time period for a veto, because it's usually the veto.
Yeah.
So, so I'm confused as to why it's up this early and what the actual HOH is. So is the HOH going to be true or false? Is it going to be something super simple? Because it can't possibly be another endurance one, you know? And then it goes straight into BB Comic veto. Maybe it's just BB Comic week.
Right. Yeah, I think they did a good job with just decorating and theming out the comps tonight. So I feel like our next HOH is going to be, easy, quick, themed out. But then our veto this week, I imagine, is our big, cool zipline comics, all that jazz. By the way, since we're talking about the HOH, the feeds are back up. People are just talking. The next HOH clearly has not been played yet. So we do not have that spoilery information yet, but it will happen tonight. It usually does happen that night.
It's gonna be exciting.
Oh my God, don't make me all nervous again. Okay, so this is memorizing a series of events. And like you said, I was like, okay, memorization. This is Hannah.
Hannah all the way.
All the way. And we know Xavier says he's going to throw it. Kylan said he would like to throw it, as in he really wants to win the next HOH, this one tonight. So he didn't want to win this one, but they were clearly waiting for Alyssa. It was a couple questions in before Alyssa got one wrong. This is on a point system, so once she got one wrong, then Kylan and Xavier both missed the next one. There was one that Hannah missed that got me real nervous.
Yeah, I was shaking a little bit, but then I was like, no, he's gonna. I was like, oh, X is gonna throw it. He's gonna throw it. Yeah. Sometimes we just don't know yet, like at those moments. Sometimes you're just like, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, even though I feel like he's a little snaky, but
Oh, yeah. Well, the first HOH, I'm pretty sure he was trying to throw. And so I think sometimes he accidentally doesn't throw things. Hard to tell. But
yeah.
Kylan, it was tied between Kylan and Hannah at one point. And then I do believe Kylan was able to throw it. And Hannah was able to take the win. She only missed one. And then anyone who was rooting for Tiffany to be saved this week could take a little side.
Yep. We were praising the BB gods. We were singing hallelujah, all that good stuff. I was like, ooh, that's all I had. I saw the memory camp and I said, beautiful. DF is not winning. Because he's kind of, poor guy is just not good at any of these comps, right? So it's
it's such a shame because my heart breaks for Big D when we come off of these physical comps and he feels bad about himself. And I imagine that is really hard to stand on that tiny disc and be swung about and not.
Absolutely. Oh my God, it's horrible. I've been there. I feel him on so many levels, right? But what are you going to do? That's Big Brother.
You stand in a booth though. I need you to then show me that you can win a comp, right?
Exactly. It's like you have to pick and choose and you have to figure out what you can potentially be good at. And you have that time. There's so much time in that house. it's like, if you're not good at it, get good at it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If this is something that you're worried about, then I'm sorry. Then
Mhm.
instead of falling asleep everywhere, get up and like do something. Look at the memory wall, practice your memorization, like practice
Yeah.
your days, you know, like this is what everybody in this house is doing. And yes,
Yeah.
the physicality part is definitely something that hinders us. But that's everybody, because even if you're
Yep.
thin, you can be non-athletic, right?
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
not the fact that you're a fat man. It's how you are working these competitions. Not everything is meant for everybody.
No.
But I feel like this year specifically, there have been way more true or falses and memorization, different things that are not. We've only had like 3 endurance comps.
Right. Like I feel like the first 5 weeks was nothing physical.
Yeah. 3 endurance comps, and the other ones, while they might have been a little physical, they were really just going up and down places, like,
right.
so you could, like, you're in there for close to like 30 days. By that time, you could be doing laps around the outside. I mean, we were working out all the time, and they have a gym inside the house.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you can work on your endurance inside the house. Really no excuse.
Yeah, and the chat's bringing up poor Azza. God, Azza has a special place in my heart, but she's no better than Big D is at comps. Like, this is
exactly
this is
which tells you that it's not size. It's that we're not talking about size. We're and the thing is like, if you know this, DF, why, if you know this, are you trying to go to the final 3 with the 2 biggest male competitors, alpha males, that are in this game, as if you're going to be able to beat them in a comp? I don't understand. Like, the fact that he has not worked along with the women is blowing my mind.
Well, and same for Azza. Why does she want to go to the end with Xavier? Like, what? Why?
Exactly. It blows my mind.
Okay. Yeah. So that's when we get frustrated with them.
Yes.
Back to Hannah winning the first HOH of this double eviction. We're so excited. Remember when we were excited about that? Hannah's going with the plan. Cookout. You've got one more person to evict. You're almost there. Alyssa's got to go up. And we did talk about what great work Hannah did with Alyssa this week. And that included making a final 2 deal with Alyssa.
Sloppy seconds.
Okay. Did they ever change that name? Because that was real bad. It was real bad.
No, it was a very, very bad.
Well,
very
guess what, Alyssa?
bad one.
The name was so bad that it is now over. So she tells Xavier, "You're going up." I loved how fast she was like, "I'm doing this. Go. I'm doing the X walks." He's like, still walking. She's like, "You're going up. Go get it. So and so." He's
Loved
like,
it.
"Oh shoot!" He didn't even have time.
Nope.
To try to talk her out of it.
Nope.
Alyssa comes in, and Alyssa's like, "Hold up, I'm going up. What happened to our final 2?" She's like,
he's my ex is my target. Claire was right.
Claire was right.
Convenient.
Claire just said a couple things.
Yeah, convenient. Claire's right. I think this is the time to go after X. And you're a number. You're a powerful duo. I'm so sorry. Like, I think, wow, I played it perfectly.
Yeah. No, I thought so as well. I think she could have tried to play up. If Alyssa had taken herself down with the veto, I was wishing that Hannah had been a little more believable with like, no, final 2, absolutely. Like, if you win veto, fine. Like, she could have played that up a little bit, but she probably was like, I don't care. Let's get Alyssa out. Like, screw this. All right.
Absolutely.
Guess what? She's gonna put them up. You guys are a strong duo. Claire was right. Xavier, you are a big threat. Sit next to Alyssa. Y'all are a duo. Then they play veto. Kylan's the only one to sit out. It's just a tiny little puzzle. No big deal.
Yeah. Tell that to Caitlin. Those puzzles are hard.
This one
I'm not
looked
gonna
easier
lie.
than Caitlin's. Yeah.
It was still no. Caitlin's was a 5-piece puzzle of herself.
Well, I don't know. It had legs. I don't know. I'm trying to give her. I don't know. I'm trying to say it harder.
Yeah, they are all kind of hard. I think what makes them a little bit harder is that they're both they're two-sided. Mm-hmm. So they show you, but you don't know if you're looking at the front or the back. So it can kind of mess with you if you're kind of thinking one thing and you kind of have to invert it. You know, it's like looking at yourself in the mirror and trying to figure out like if you're wearing a shirt or something that has words on it and you're kind of wondering like how to, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I hear you. Well, Xavier did well from the get-go. Like he was always in the lead. He looked like he just nailed it. Totally fine. So he is going to win veto. And I just feel like Xavier, this is why you had to go on the block. Right? He wanted to fight it. He didn't want to go on the block again. And I get it. Who wants to sit on the block?
Yeah.
And who wants to say that in their resume at the end? I sat on the block like 14 times. No one wants to say that. But this is exactly why. You win veto. She does not. She knows you're not going to take her down. She can't even ask. Like, this is how you do a foolproof plan.
Yeah. I mean, could you have imagined if Hannah did not put X up and X won that veto? And then what? And then he would have to use it on Alyssa. And
he would feel like he had to use it on Alyssa. Obviously, he shouldn't use it on Alyssa.
No, and I don't think he would have. I mean, he would have wanted to. I think he would have wanted to. But at the same time, that would have been horrible for his game. I don't think anybody would have respect. Like, he would have lost all the cookout votes, because then that means that 2 cookout members.
If he had used it on Alyssa?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Right?
Absolutely.
He loses cookout votes if he does that, and then he risks. We don't know how Alyssa feels, but he risks her, leaving pissed off that he didn't take her down. And then she stews in jury about it. Like, it's just not a risk that he's going to want to take.
Not at all.
But the other option's not too good either. So, this just makes more sense. And this is how it goes. He wins veto. And again, my efficient Hannah, thank you for this efficiency. She is like, great, take yourself down, don't care. I'm going to put up Kyland. There was only one little moment that Tiffany was like, you are? Did you see that? Why was Tiffany like, you are?
With Kyland?
Yeah, about Kyland to Hannah. Hannah was like, I'm going to put up Kyland. And Tiffany goes, he doesn't want to go up or something like that. And I was like, who cares?
I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that one. Mm-hmm. I think that maybe the miscommunication, maybe she feels that, Kyland, given that these are her 2 strongest allies, that would make them come after each other. That might be bad for Tiffany. The last thing she wants to worry about is Kyland going after Hannah, because he was put on the block, something that I could definitely see happening now.
But
maybe she was hoping
do that anyway, honestly.
Yeah. DF, I'm sure Tiffany wanted Derek on the block. It's kind of, but looking at it from Hannah's standpoint, she needed to go with what she told Alyssa. She wanted to keep Alyssa calm. and said, hey,
right. It
he
does
came
sound
off. So now
better.
now I'm putting Kylan because he's the next big target.
Right.
You should still be in the clear. People want him out too. That would make sense.
That makes sense to me as well, because I know that she had previously said she'd put Big D up, and so maybe that was surprising Tiffany, but it does make the most sense for Alyssa's head to sit next to Kylan, because she for a minute can think about, oh yeah, Kylan's a big target. Okay, great. We couldn't get X out. We'll get the next big target out.
Absolutely.
So, Kylan, the feeds came back and Kylan was upset. So I don't think it went well, but I don't care. Get over it.
I know. I think that the men think that the more that they're on, that they're on the block, the more worried they are about, winning, winning this game, as if, oh my gosh, I'm on the block again. So that means I'm at, I can lose this game. And it's like.
And I don't feel like they've had a lot of respect for the females of the cookout. They spent weeks saying, oh my God, we're just dragging them to the end. They really need to pull their weight. And then all of a sudden, as soon as the women pull their weight, they're going up as pawns or whatever. And that's not what they want either. So they're
exactly
not going to be happy either way.
Yeah. I can't with the way that they view these women. I know that they're mad. They're mad that, Tiffany and Azah have not seen the block. So
truth.
They haven't seen the block. They've already noted this. Really hoping none of them win this next HOH.
Oh yeah. I mean, they want it.
But the way,
two women are going up.
Yeah, the way that two women will be going up is it's a done deal. The way that X was gunning for this veto should tell you that he should be the next person to go. If they do not take him out within the next two HOHs, it's done.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, he's got to go next week. Next week is a double, and if he survives that double, he's the winner of the game. Like, I think that we will know after next week, honestly, who's winning this game.
And now you can't even backdoor the man, because everybody plays a veto now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
He can win all the vetoes. Well, the vote goes as you would expect it here. Everyone's going to vote to evict Alyssa, except Xavier gives her a sympathy vote. And that is how the cookout has played it all season. So makes total sense here. Alyssa is going to be evicted 3-1. And I thought she'd be a little bit more confused, but she chalked it up to, at least speaking to Julie, that they were splitting up the big duo. If they couldn't get Xavier out, they were going to get her out.
Yeah. It just makes all of that, would make sense. It's at this point, now you're just getting rid of, now you just have to get rid of all the duos and like the only two that are left.
Yeah.
I mean, there's two left. Technically, I guess there would have been 3 duos had Hannah and Xavier been considered a duo, which is no longer considered a duo anymore. They were kind of final twos, but that kind of dissipated pretty quickly. But you got Tiff and Kylan, and you got Oz and Big D. But why get rid of Oz and Big D if they're not winning anything?
Yeah, I mean, one of them will probably be a casualty when, someone wins a veto and, oh, whoops, I guess we're taking Ozza out this week. But yeah, unless they go for Big D because he's the one that Xavier is going to drag to the end. Give Xavier like a little bit of a challenge. If you're going to keep Xavier in the house or you can't get Xavier out, then take away his goat. because that's
true.
That would
make so much sense. And to be quite honest, I would rather that. Look, I mean, like, I don't really care for I'm going to say, like, I'm going to talk about game and not personal, but I also don't like the way that the men have been talking about the women. So I, of course, want a woman to win this season.
Right.
However, if there was going to be a man who was going to win this season, I would probably say Xavier. But if that's the case, I would like to see it next to another woman or like a Kyland, not necessarily a Big D. I'm sorry, because I think that people could be a bitter jurors and just give it to Big D, and then that would just be a horrible ending.
Do we want to live in that existence?
Not at all.
Most of us do not.
Not really.
No. So yeah, Alyssa with Julie, not too much there. I mean, once Alyssa gets to the jury house, she'll be filled in because as of Claire, like everyone in the jury is going to know about the cookout. And they'll tell Alyssa, Rick, thank you so much for the super chat. If you drag Big D to the end, his couch.
Wow.
I'll just say, lol, not the couch.
Not the couch. Not the couch. Please, not the couch. That couch is about as famous as my BB21 stool. That's
true. We got a shower stool and we got a day bed. That's true. They will live on.
It's a big blue couch.
It's blue and it's white and it's
blue again. I'm gonna get that album.
Seriously, I will. Especially if Oz is singing it all.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
Well, they end this episode fairly appropriately. I mean, they were like, "Don't celebrate yet. Alyssa's listening," and they pretended to be sad for a minute. Xavier was really sad, and I don't know if it's actually because of Alyssa or if it's actually because he was just scared for his life there for a minute. But once they got the clear, they did a full celebration. We got to see the whole hands in, the cookout. Congratulations, everyone. And I really felt like that was such a beautiful, great way to end the episode.
Absolutely. You know what? Like, I'm not going to lie. Even though I wouldn't have been mad had a cookout member gone out this during the double, if it was a male. Okay, if it was a certain male, I was actually very happy to see all 6 of them. This is a very groundbreaking and just historical moment. And I know this is just a game, y'all. I get it for some people, but even myself, who is not Black, I felt I was in my feels when I saw this. This is a historical moment. This is, you know, I'm not gonna say that it's right up there with when Obama won, but it was that kind of type of historical. I know, like, again, This is a game. This is a game, but when we're talking about the first step, like, these are historical moments, and this is just like, wow, we're gonna have a Black winner. We're gonna have a Black winner, and the fact that it's been 23 seasons and this is gonna be the first ever. It's like, for those who are complaining about this, like, I'm sorry, shame on you. Like, this, 23 seasons. Yeah. And you want to call this racist. This is, like, unfortunately what they had to do in order to secure this. You know, this was them trying to survive in the game, not necessarily targeting others, but preserving themselves. Like, it was literally a preservation tactic. Yeah. And that's what like, other people don't really understand.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't get it, I feel bad for you.
Some of us, you know, some people won't get it. Yeah. But I get it.
It took a mandate from a network to do 50% BIPOC for Big Brother to even come close to this situation. And the cookout had to take this opportunity. It won't happen again. It's not going to happen every season, but they had to take this one opportunity to band together to make history. They really had to work together. They don't even all like each other, but to make history happen, they had to do it. And it is a celebration of Black excellence in a time when that is very much needed right now. And so even though you're saying like it's just a game, but we should celebrate it and prop it up for what it is and what it stands for.
Absolutely. I mean,
I'm just a dumb white girl, and I was in my feels. I was like, oh my God, they did it. I wanted Alyssa gone just to make sure that history happened. I mean,
and here I was Latina and Alyssa Latina, and I'm like, I wouldn't mind if she took the hit on a guy, but
look,
I need this to happen too.
She Latina, she made it 7th.
Yeah,
we should factor that in as well. There you go.
I made it 7th. There you go. She got the Latina exit.
Let's not make always 7th. Let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
Yeah. But I mean, that's nice that we can technically say top 7 was POC, and then top 6, they did it. Cookout did it. And I'm so excited. And I'm so glad that the way it worked out with this double is that we get a full week for all of them to celebrate together.
Absolutely.
And also turn on each other and be the messes that they are, because they are.
Yeah, you know what? That was actually one of the reasons why I wanted all 6 of them to go, because now is when we are going to see the messiness. Now is when we're going to see some of the dramatics, I think. And I'm here for it.
Oh my God, I'm so here for it.
We've been patient enough.
Mm-hmm, exactly. We wanted you to get to your mission, but now we need you guys to go after each other.
Exactly. And make it fun.
Yes. And they want it. They want it. Yes, Joseph, thank you for reminding us. They announced today that Celebrity Big Brother is going to come back in the winter. I'm shocked. I thought it was
so excited.
I'm so excited. I thought it was dead, never coming back, but this is great news. I'm here for it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope there are good people on this season. I am looking forward to maybe a Tiffany Pollard. Get us a little bit of a New York.
I've heard her name quite a bit on Twitter today.
Well, she's already played the game. I feel like she's played, UK Celebrity Big Brother. So I feel like she just brings good drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just messy and fun. And I feel like we need some of that.
Someone on Twitter said Joey Fatone was going to be there. And I was like, wait, Lance Bass is on every reality show ever. So my money is on Lance Bass, but honestly, I'll take either. I'll take my boy no. I don't care.
I think that might be good. Someone said Vanilla Ice, and I was like, wasn't he already on BB? But then I was like, oh no, that was this other rock boy. Are you talking
about the kid from O-Town?
No, the Sugar Ray.
Oh yeah, the Sugar Ray guy.
Here I am confusing him for Vanilla Ice.
Oh, don't tell him. Oh dear. Oh my God.
Horrible.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'll take any of those boy band or rockers, whatever. Hi, Catherine. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. Very happy for the historic moment. Yes, this is it. We're here.
Yes.
We did it, guys. We all did it. We talked about them all season long. We did it. Give us credit. What?
I'm also compiling these questions for the jurors.
And do you get to talk to Claire tomorrow?
I don't get to talk to her. I get to ask her a question. Okay. Questions. But I mean, at this point, what do I even ask? It's right now I had to ask Alyssa questions, and what do I ask you? Because you obviously think that that there is no alliance. You were playing your own game of like,
right. I want to know.
What do I ask you?
I want to know how she feels her game was with Christian and post Christian. Did it help her game to lose him? Does she regret that she had to lose him? Would that have made this different? I want her ideas on that. I also want does she have any regrets? I always want to know people's regrets.
Yeah. I always have the regret stuff.
But for Claire, I would want to know, does she regret how she did her secret HOH? Or does she still like would that have changed anything? Maybe not say regret, but like if you had done something different, would that have changed anything?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to know. Oh my God, I'm so excited to read everything that Claire says tomorrow. I love her so much.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one because it's like, yeah, it's going to be a very interesting.
There's not a lot you can say. I understand.
No, and I think that's what makes it a little bit harder.
Right.
Going into these jury segments is like you don't have much to ask them because you can't really tell them anything that you really want to know because they don't know that they don't know that.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, oh, you don't know that you don't know this.
Right.
So they won't ask it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Who do you trust the most? Who betrayed you the most? Besides Xavier, who do you want to win?
Yeah.
This season. Yeah, it's tough because also like she's Claire and Alyssa are going to get a lot. Well, I don't even know if Alyssa's going to get the questions about a major alliance, but Claire is. That's all she's going to get are like questions about being the only white girl left. Like, and she doesn't have the full story yet, so it's pointless, you know. Yeah, hopefully we get to see their goodbye messages because I want to know if we have been seeing them the next day. But I want to know if Tiffany revealed everything.
Yeah, their goodbye messages. I want to see these goodbye messages. I am dying.
Because that would be good questions for you to throw in too if you knew the goodbye messages.
Well, unfortunately, they also don't give us much time.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, they're not up yet. Like these, the extended interviews aren't up yet. And I need to give this in literally within the hour. So it's just like.
Oh, you have to do it tonight?
Yeah. Isn't that? Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, what can I potentially ask them that it wasn't, you know?
Yeah. Ask Claire, does she know how loved she is?
That would be.
Not helping. We're not helping Jess at all here. Amy, thank you for the super chat. 9 out of 11 of the people on the jury in BB23 are minority, and you're including Brittany because she's technically neurodivergent. I love it. How amazing. That is amazing. Thank you. I love it. This cast, I mean, honestly, this cast, left, right, and center has just been so good.
Absolutely.
Ugh.
Hands down.
Yeah. Well, we got to let Jess go because she's got to write these questions here real quick. Look, you guys, we're going to have an HOH apparently soon. Somebody said in 45 minutes, and I feel like it's been 45 minutes. So any minute now, I'm expecting the feeds to go down for an HOH. And that sets the wheels in motion of what we're going to do here with this top 6. But until then, we'll celebrate the cookout. Everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us. You guys are amazing. We appreciate you. And if you're joining later, please leave a comment how you felt about this double eviction. Holy crap, did you almost vomit like us? Whew. Jess, what do you want to pitch? Where can people find you? What is going on in your life?
Yes. Oh, just same old same. Just, recapping the season as well on Wednesdays only because there's just only so much time I can dedicate to it, which is my whole life. Yeah. So you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram at jmilagros+. Those are pretty much all of my handles. And on Girl Let's Agree to Disagree, which is the podcast where I recap Big Brother. And I also on Wednesdays after the veto. And we also recap Bachelor in Paradise every Tuesday night, which has been such a glorious shit show of a season, which is so amazing because it's just it's been so glorious. Like we are getting fed. If you are not watching Bachelor in Paradise, it is 4 hours a week of your time, but it is so good because drama has been happening since the first episode and it has not stopped. We have an actual person who has lost over 100,000 followers on his Instagram.
I saw that.
Because of all of this drama. It is absolutely intense and amazing. It's sad to say these are real people, but
I know.
I mean,
I am not caught up, but I did see what the internet is talking about. But yeah, I'm into this season and I need to catch up because it's a hot mess. It's messy and I'm here for it and I love it. So everyone, obviously you're probably already following Jess, but thank you so much, Jess, for coming back on. We love your insight. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me. I love being on the show with you. I'm so glad we got to talk Double Eviction because it was a good one. It was an intense one. And next week we're doing it all over again.
We're doing it all over and it's 2 hours. So I'm kind of holding out hope that there's also like a buyback of some sort or they're like just some sort of twist about it, but they might just be stretching it out over 2 hours.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's like would there be way too many people in the jury for a buyback? That's way too many. I don't see that. No, it wouldn't add up. It's usually the first 4, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they could do like a double and then those 2 people fight to come back and then someone else get evicted. I don't know. I'm making things up at this point. I don't know why it's 2 hours, guys, but we're going to be here for it all, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right. We will see you guys then. Have a wonderful night.
Bye.